I'm Evelyn and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we're actually building something for a photographer. I didn't want to jump into another big build right away because the last one that I uploaded here on the channel was a bit of a bigger build. It was a 40 by 40. So I decided to just do something a little bit smaller, and then what's going up on the channel tomorrow will be a little bit bigger again. So I'm actually working on a penthouse, and it's got nothing to do with Mosquito Stuff Pack. It really does not. And I've had to split it up into 2 videos as well, so just be aware of that. The exterior will be up tomorrow and then the interior will be up on Sunday, but I'm super excited to share that with you guys because it's the first penthouse that I've done ever. So yeah, but also a little bit nervous. But anyways, enough talk about the penthouse build that's going up this weekend. Today we're building this little house for a photographer, like I said. So it's supposed to be like a photographer's first home. It's not a starter house because it's not on a budget. I think it ended up possibly costing something like mid-40s or something. So like 47,000 or 45,000, something like that. I don't know, I think it was something like that at least. And for the interior, I was very inspired by the windows, of course, that we got with Mosquito Stuff Pack. I really wanted to use as many items from the pack as possible for this build because I haven't really used them yet, because I did an apartment as the first thing when I came home from Denmark, and then after that I decided to do the farmhouse, which, I mean, the new items didn't really fit into the farmhouse kind of vibe, so I just really wanted to sit down and build something where I could kind of use all the new items, including the studio items as well. So that's what we're doing today. I don't think I am actually using every single piece. I think the band gear, I'm not using that, so the speakers and also the gearbox, I think I left those out because the gearbox is that what it's called? A gearbox? I feel like it sounds wrong right now. Equipment box? You guys know what I mean. It's a coffee table, and there is no living room in this house. It's way too small to have a living room. And also the speakers, I don't know what they're for. I don't think they work as music player, as a music player. I think it's just decor, but I could be wrong about that, so I decided to cut those items out. But as for the rest, I think we're using pretty much the majority of the items. There may be a light thing as well, the curved wall, that I'm not using either, but again, you'll see that once we start doing the interior, because I actually had to put the studio part in the bedroom, so that's why I'm this is a photographer's first home. They're starting out, they have to utilize whatever space they have. They don't have a lot of, the house is very small, so I had to put it in the bedroom, which I know is a little bit weird, but that's just how it is. So yeah, it's definitely it's almost like a studio vibe that I'm going for. A studio apartments, for example, where you have everything in just one room. That's kind of the vibe that I'm going for, except the kitchen is in a room by itself, but then for the rest of the house, it's all in just one room. Hopefully I'm making some sort of sense right now. So with studio apartments, I think it is very natural to have them if you work as in some sort of creative job. So either as a photographer, or maybe you're an artist or something, of course, you have to be a little bit up there, not starting out, because studio apartments or studios do cost a lot of money to rent. So you have to be a little bit, up there. You have been doing this for a while and you got a nice income or something. But it's also natural to live in them, I think. If you don't have the best income, monthly salary, studio apartments are quite cheap, I want to say, because everything is just in one room. I think usually the bathroom is in a room by itself, but I've actually seen pictures of some studio apartments where they did have the bathroom. I keep calling it a bedroom and I don't know why. But anyways, where they did have the bathroom in in the rest of the apartment, so it was just one room, which is a little bit, I mean, it's a little bit weird if you're having guests over or something, but I suppose if, I don't know, I just wanted to say that there are places like that out there because I have seen pictures of them. So, but anyways, this one is definitely a little bit nicer. It's also not an apartment, of course. This is built in a house, and I think I actually took inspiration from a small contemporary house that I found on Pinterest, but it doesn't really look like it anymore. It was just for the shape, and it's the most simple shape ever, so I don't really know if I needed to look at the picture, but I just wanted to put it out there that I did actually start out looking at a contemporary house when I started building the exterior, so gotta give credit where it's due. I just don't save the pictures. I gotta remember to do that. Anyways. So yeah, we're cluttering up basically everything I want to say, and I'm just using just about every pack, to be honest. I don't like to do pack restricted builds, you've probably noticed. I will be doing a base game build at some point soon, I promise you guys that, because it's been a while since the last time, and I was supposed to do like one every month, but then EA Play got in the way, and then the Denmark trip got in the way, and I don't know, sometimes base game builds I'm not easily motivated to do them, so, because I don't like to restrict myself, which should make sense, so, but I promise you guys that I'll be doing one of those soon for those of you who have been asking. So yeah, that will be coming up at some point, but not today, not today. I do love those magazines that we got with Moschino Stuff Pack. I feel like they look very natural, and it also means that I don't have to go through the debug catalog and find the magazines that are in there and then stack them using the red shelf that I'm using, because it does take a long time to do, because first I have to find the magazines and I gotta like adjust the red shelf, and so yeah, it's a little bit not problematic, but a little bit annoying now and then. But I like the look of like magazines on coffee tables or bedside tables, and in this case I put one on the counter. I think I put them on the ground too, next to the what's it called, like a lounge chair that's next to the bed as well, because I figured it would be kind of cool if you were sitting in the chair and reading magazines or something. Possibly if the photographer has like a model over and they're taking pictures, and then the model brought a friend or something, they could sit in the chair while they're taking pictures, and they could be sitting there reading some magazines or something. So I decided to put those next to the chair, and the chair is right next to the bed, which I know is a little bit weird, but like I said, this is a studio. We have a limited amount of space, so we're just gonna have to deal, and I really wanted to fit as much in as possible. Oh, that means I'm not using the couches either. I don't know what to call, do I call them couches or do I call them sofas? It's kind of dilemma now and then, I don't know. Anyways, so we're not using those either, just using the chair. And then I actually decided for the backyard not to do anything. I did put a dining area back there. They also have a small grill, and the outdoors trash can is also on the back porch. But for the garden itself, like the grass area, I didn't actually do anything. I did a little bit of landscaping, so it fit the front of the house, but I figured that this photographer would be so busy trying to break through in this kind of business, which takes a lot of drive and a lot of time and whatever else, so they wouldn't really have time to keep a backyard, and I figured they wouldn't really be interested in that either, so I decided to just leave it empty actually, which looks a little bit weird to me, I'll admit that, because I'm so used to putting activities in the backyard, or I don't know, a pool or something, fill it up with plants, but in this case I felt like it would just make more sense to leave it be, so it's kind of empty in the backyard. You'll see that later on. Of course, we have hedges there. Again, I did landscape a little bit so it fit the front of the house, but there's no activities or anything, and yeah, it's a little bit empty, but you get where I'm coming from, right? Like with the photographer not really being interested in landscaping or, I don't know, garden work, and not really have time for it, so it felt more natural to just leave it be, like leave it empty. And then of course I placed some trees around the house as well. I like how it looks when you place trees, especially at the sides of the house, and then a few at the back of the house as well, because it kind of frames up the house a little bit, and I don't know, it looks really nice to me, so I do that quite often. And yeah, I also went through some of the, what are they called? The world objects that got unlocked for us, not in the last update, but the update before that. And that includes these flower boxes that I'm using both at the front of the house, also at the side of the house, with the red flowers in them, and also the one with the big plants under the back porch as well. And oh, there's a flower pot that's hanging from, like, I think it's at the front porch. There's a hanging flower pot and it looks really cute, so I've been using that one too. But yeah, and that's about it, I think. So anyways, guys, I did put up a post on the community tab, by the way, where I asked you guys if you had any families you want me to make a build for. It's not gonna be a series or anything. I was just curious to hear you guys out, and if you got any family with a background story that you want me to build a house for, do head on over there and leave a comment, because I'll definitely be reading through some of them and building some of the houses. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys like this house. If you did, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!